Hey, Shad here with Speed Addicts, the fastest growing gear site on the web, and today we're going to uncrate the Sidi Crossfire 3. What's up, Speed Addicts fan? Before we jump in and tell you all about the Crossfire number 3 from Sidi, before we do that, subscribe to the Speed Addicts channel. It'll do you a favor, it'll do us a favor. You'll be up to date, you'll be educated on all the latest parts and gear, and you'll make great buying decisions. All you have to do is click that subscribe button. Also, if you'd like to support us here, you could do so by simply shopping with us. And that's what pays the bills, folks. So we really do appreciate that here at Speed Addicts. There's a link in the description below that'll take you right over to the complete selection of beautiful Sidi boots at speedaddicts.com, including the Crossfire number 3 Sidis that we're talking about today. Okay, if you're not familiar, if you've always bought Alpine Stars because your bros bought Alpine Stars and your daddy bought Alpine Stars, well, guess what? Maybe you should look at something different. Sidi, also an Italian boot manufacturer. The Crossfire 3 is their flagship motocross boot. Now, it comes in 2 different variations. You're going to see a $4.99 version, and that is the version in front of me. That comes with a standard, what they call a felted sole. Now, the tread on this can be replaced, but it has to be done by Sidi. You can't do it at home. Then they have the more expensive version, which is going to be a replaceable sole that you can do at home with hand tools, okay? That's gonna go for $5.79. Now, it's an extra $80 to have an easily replaceable sole. If you're someone that beats up soles and needs them replaced often, then spend the extra $80. But most folks probably don't require that replaceable sole, and so they're gonna get into a set of Crossfire 3s. Sorry, Crossfire, it's a 90s thing. If you were a kid then you saw the commercial. You will get into the Crossfire 3s, $4.99, and that price tag kind of places them between a set of Tech 7s and a set of Tech 10s. And that's actually the argument I would make for these boots. So I know a lot of people who are in 7s or 10s, a lot of guys that buy the 10s who are not necessarily on a motocross track. I think the Tech 10's probably too stiff of a boot for most of those guys. They want something high-end, but perhaps this would be a better option, because what I've noticed when I'm wearing the Crossfire 3s is that they are way more mobile out of the box than my Alpine Star 7s or 10s. And that is because of the way that they work their ankle hinge here on the front and the back. This hinge allows this boot to flex a lot more and be a lot more comfortable. So if you're a weekend warrior like me, you are doing enduro and you're not just a track freak, then the Crossfire 3 is probably the better boot for you. And it is priced kind of right between that Tech 7 and Tech 10. So don't spend $600+ on that Tech 10 when you're not the motocross racer, okay? That's the case I'm gonna make for these Crossfires. That a lot of guys like me who are going out on the weekends and ripping, we just want something nice, something comfortable out of the box. Now, the issue that some of you might run into is they are, the word on the street is that Sidis run narrower. And yes, slightly, but really it wasn't an issue for me, and I have pretty wide feet. I think the first question you're gonna have to answer is what size to go with. So you're gonna see Sidis going to be sold on our website in European sizes 40 through 50. So I'm taking the size 47, which is a 12 to 12.5, when really in US shoe size I'm a 13. So let's say the 47 is the equivalent to a 12.5, and if I run a thin sock, I can get away with that. If I move up to the 48, then it's a little bit too roomy, and I could get away with it if I had a really wide foot or if I'm going to run a thicker sock. And that's my advice to you. The majority of our customers are wearing size 11 boots, and those guys are going to be torn between the 45, the Euro 45, and the Euro 46. And my advice to you would try, if you have 11s, size 11 foot, is try to go for the 45s, run a thinner sock. You're gonna have a better fit, it's gonna be closer, you're gonna get a better heel lock, you're not gonna be pulling out of them. And so that is my advice. But in general, that sizing chart you're gonna see is fairly accurate, okay? So look at the conversion US to European and take a stab at it. Now, when you're buying boots online, we know you're not gonna get that fit right always that first time, even though I'm giving you the inside line here. You might get a boot that you just don't like for any reason. Make sure you're trying it on at home. Make sure you keep it brand new. And we're going to give you a free return label here at Speed Addicts. That's right. We have no cost returns here. So you will be able to get a free label from us, get the boots on the way back, get the size, the color, or a different model, whatever you need. We're going to hook you up and treat you like family here at Speed Addicts. Okay, let's get back to the boot. So the base of this boot is what they call their Techno Micro base material. That's below the TPU outer shell. Okay, that is their synthetic leather that is underneath that shell. And they claim it's water and tear resistant, all that sort of typical good stuff. When it comes to water, you know, any boot that doesn't have a specific waterproof membrane like this Crossfire 3 will deal okay with the occasional splash if you're crossing a creek that's, you know, not really gnarly. If they get splashed or something like that, you're going to be fine. But if you get it caught out in pouring rain or you're doing a deeper water crossing, then you're going to need a waterproof membrane like comes in the Alpinestars Dry Star series or something like that, okay? So that's my 2 cents there. Let's check out how you get into a set of the Crossfire 3s. We have alloy buckles that go all the way up and down the boot, and they work quite well. They are fully adjustable, just like you'd expect on any high-end motocross boot here. We'll open that up and show you the mesh interior. Insole is replaceable. It's a big open weave mesh. This is a comfortable place to be. Like I said, I didn't think they were too narrow. I thought I got great heel lock. They felt like they really cut my foot in. I was gonna get a high performance fit and be able to do what I needed to do on the bike. So that is the buckle system. We have 2 chunks of Velcro, one down low here and then one up high. Again, pretty standard stuff for motocross boots. They do vent the TPU up at the top. And then the next major thing about the Crossfire thing, and what you'll notice, the first thing you kind of notice when you're staring at them, is that there are a ton of screws on this outer shell, and virtually every piece of it can be replaced. Sorry, we're fighting with the buckles. So let's show you how that works. The upper TPU shin guard can also be adjusted for wider calves. I have pretty big calves, so I didn't run into a problem with that with the adjustment open. Okay, so you see all these screws. All these goodies can be replaced. As you wear this boot, you beat it down, you wear it down, you can replace most of these inserts. And that means you're just gonna get more life out of the boots. You combine that with a replaceable sole, I mean, you are investing $500 to $580 in these boots, but you could easily get a decade out of them, depending on how much you ride, by replacing all the parts and taking good care of them, okay? So let's look on, we'll start on the outside first. This is their hyperextension block. This is going to keep the boot from hyperextending. You see how it locks out in the back, but it gives you great flex going forward, okay? I really think this is the difference maker. Just trying these boots out myself and having them be so much more comfortable than my Tech 7s or Tech 10s walking around. And like I said, I'm recommending this boot for a lot of the hardcore weekend warrior types against, say, those other Alpinestar boots that are stiffer. Now, if you are that track person, you're always riding at the track or you're racing, then stick with the stiffer Tech 10s. Again, the Tech 10s have the booty and the stiffness, which a lot of folks like me don't want to mess around with, okay? Then on the interior, you have that matching set of the hyperextension block there. Replaceable shin plate. You see all these screws? This is just hand tools. You don't have to heat this up or delaminate it or anything crazy. Just hand tools. You can replace the shin plate. You can replace these medial plates, the upper calf. If you broke that somehow, you can replace all of this stuff. So if you're doing supermoto or something like that, and you're on asphalt, you really wreck a set of your TPU. All replaceable, really, really nice. On the inside, this has a texture, but really up top on the inside of your calf, this is actually rubberized, and this is really gonna allow you to grip that bike nicely. Sole, again, this is the standard sole, not the hand tool replaceable sole. This can be replaced by CD authorized technician. They have to heat that up and basically glue a new one on, but it is possible. So he's gonna back this up with a 1-year warranty. It is the Crossfire 3, CD's flagship motocross boot, and a great option for the weekend warrior that's looking for something high-end, something that is mobile right out of the package. If you have questions about boots, come talk to our rider support team, either in our superstore in California or by phone, live chat, or email. We are here to help you. That's it for today. We'll see you next time to find out what's in the crate.